Today, we're hearing from two people who work to protect and restore the ocean. Dr. Sylvia Earle is a marine biologist, explorer, and founder of Mission Blue. She spent almost 8,000 hours underwater and helped spark a global movement to protect the ocean. Titouan Bernicot is a young explorer from French Polynesia who founded Coral Gardeners to restore dying reefs with science, technology, and community action. Together, they represent two generations linked by one ocean, a lifetime of discovery meeting a new wave of restoration. Both are now together, meeting in the Gulf of Thailand, where the Rolex Perpetual Planet Initiative has brought Mission Blue and Coral Gardeners together for the first time, a collaboration uniting exploration and restoration in one of the most threatened coral regions on Earth. Here, over 700 coral species face one of the planet's worst bleaching crises. With local communities on the islands of Koh Mak and Koh Kood, Coral Gardeners have launched a new Thailand branch, training residents to build and maintain coral nurseries capable of eventually growing 25,000 corals a year. I'm Alex Honnold, professional rock climber and founder of the Honnold Foundation, bringing you stories of inspiring people helping to solve today's most pressing conservation issues. In partnership with the Rolex Perpetual Planet Initiative, this is Planet Visionaries.
I'm Sylvia Earle. I'm an oceanographer, a National Geographic explorer and founder of Mission Blue.
My name is Titouan Bernicot, and I am the founder of Coral Gardeners. I am on a journey to help save coral reef ecosystem all around the world. We are here with Sylvia at Coral Gardeners in Thailand.
Since I began exploring the ocean in the 1950s, we've learned more about the nature of the ocean, probably more than during all preceding history, because we have technology that enables us to see what we could not see before, whether it's high in the sky or deep in the depths of the ocean. And at the same time that we've learned more, we've lost more. Nature keeps us alive. Now we have to return the favor if we want to have a prosperous future.
I first realized that coral reefs were endangered when I was 16 years old. I went surfing with my little brother and all my island friends on the beautiful island of Moorea, where I grew up. And I arrived at the surf break and all the reef was white. I told my island friends that we must find things to do, solutions, and get started here.
The greatest era of exploration is truly just beginning. And right at the time that we're about to lose so much, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have the power not only to destroy, we have the power to heal, to recover.
I need to convince the smartest people on the planet to come join us. You know, the ocean is huge. We need the movement as huge as the ocean.
Hope is contagious.
I think so, yeah. It is when I died with you here.
Well, success. Others see what you're doing, and they want to be part of the action. You want us just to dive in?
Yeah, dive in. So Sylvia, Titouan, really nice to see you guys again. Welcome back to Planet Visionaries. Sylvia, can you just fill me in on what Mission Blue has been doing in the last couple of years?
It's taken about 15 years to go from a vision of trying to build a network globally of areas that can really contribute to saving and restoring the ocean. I mean, it's a big problem. But to get enough people around the world to invest and to take care of places they love and they're willing to commit, magic happens. And it is happening. There are now 168 places with champions, working with universities, working with local communities. Lots of kids are involved, which is also one of the best parts of what you're doing. It's when you're getting everybody from CEOs, scientists, to kids who really want to make their future better.
Yeah.
So where are you guys and what are you doing right now?
So we've been diving the last couple of days with Sylvia in the Gulf of Thailand at Coral Gardeners Thailand on the island of Koh Mak. We've seen some cool things.
Very cool. Corals recovering and bringing attracting some of the other elements that make a coral reef a coral reef. It isn't just about the corals. They are the stepping stones, like the buildings in a city. But you need a lot to make a city.
Yeah.
And so, why Thailand?
It's a really diverse reef. So we wanted to, with coral gatherers, to find new challenges and to go really outside of our comfort zone. So we can train, because the idea is to scale up all around the world. Like Comac, I met a gentleman named Yo Chai, was a really successful entrepreneur. He started companies with thousands of people. And when Yo Chai arrived to 60 years old, he realized that they had here in Comac one of the biggest reef of the entire Thailand region. And so he saw that it was in bad shape and disappearing. So he wanted to do something, and he contacted organizations all around the world, and he chose Coral Gardeners to be the partner.
And it's not just volunteers. You can actually create good jobs, good livelihoods by restoring and protecting.
Yeah.
You're restoring life rather than taking life.
Exactly, Ocean Sister. And what I love the most about my job is this, Alex, and everyone listening, it's to be able to see people that now they chose to do something good, to give back to nature, to bring new life, new colors to their playground, to their ecosystem. And now the president in French Polynesia is officializing the job of the coral gardeners with a training diploma or academy center. Like, things are going again big, and how the work pays off. Yeah, I just want to keep going after diving with CLDI.
Corals, you know better than I, they live within a fairly just narrow range. If it's too cold or too hot,
Yeah.
they perish. But the other factors are corals need the fish need the corals.
Yeah.
We've taken the fish away. We've taken the sharks. We've taken the lobsters. We've taken all the things we think are valuable
Yeah.
to eat or sell, and just leaving a stripped system, which is then really vulnerable to changes in temperature and changes in chemistry. So now we know what we did not know, could not know when I was a kid.
Yeah, and how cool is it to see the Thai team in action? We have a Thai team. They were fishermen. They were selling coconut ice cream with their motorbike on the side of the road. They have no diploma. And now they're living the time of their lives. And now they're proud scientific divers and gardeners, practitioners, just being so proud of the little coral that they garden for a year, outplanting it back onto the reef, and knowing that this coral will be a new home for the marine life. They're so proud, and they make us so happy.
Well, they can see for themselves that you can make a difference. And you are getting people to get in, or give them a reason to go under the surface. We could push them over the edge. They've been around as a group like 400 million years. And one species, that would be us. We have, with a technology that cuts both ways, the power to eliminate categories of life, whole ecosystems like coral reefs and kelp forests.
We saw it at the cemetery. We need to inspire more people, and we need more action, Alex.
Can you talk me through what a coral gardener does? Like, when you talk about the local dive team, like, what are they actually doing? How do you garden corals, and then how do you restore a coral reef?
Celia just passed the test of being a coral gardener. You did great. She was super precise.
Even a scientist can do it.
Even a scientist can do it. Excellent. What a coral gardener does every day, first they wake up.
Yeah.
They have a great coffee. Me, I don't drink coffee. I would rather have a coconut, fresh coconut. And then they head to the Coral Gardeners Thailand office where we are. They need to see on the calendar, they have a software called Reef Manager. That's their restoration software. They need to see what's the mission of the week, what's the mission of the day. And they ask, yeah.
That technology did not exist when I was a kid either.
How crazy is it? I showed you, huh?
Yeah.
Now we brought all the technologies from the best companies, tech companies of Silicon Valley into what we do every day. So the gardener receives a notification, They go online, they see the timeline, the planning on what needs to be done and how. And almost anyone could follow that step-by-step guide. And then they're going to do the team meeting, take the coral gatherers tuk-tuk or their motorbike. They go in the little forest and we have a pier, a wooden pier. They arrive. We have 2 refurbished Thai boats, traditional Thai boat that we repair. They're all black. They look like F1. And then they jump in their F1. They make sure not to forget they have checklists. We want them to be the Navy SEALs of saving the ocean. They have checklists. They check if they didn't forget the coral clipper, the glue, the monitoring tool, the cleaning tools, and they go for different missions. I would say the first step is to collect heat-resilient corals. So they're going to go at the donor site, shallow hot pocket of water where the water is warmer, the corals are more adapted, and develop a memory of resilience. We are going to identify with GPS and iPhone underwater. We are going to select where are the resilient mother colony. Then we're going to take not more than 10% of those fragments, place them in buckets. They are ID. Then we head to the nursery site, and that's where the work starts. They're going to put those resilient fragments into different nursery methodology, like the rope, our famous rope nursery method, the cookies that we did with Sylvia, with microfragmentation and the telemetries.
It does. Big tables with what look like cookies. They're little discs with young corals.
By your artists.
And some are like trees with little coral branches hanging from them.
Yeah. I could tell Sylvia was impressed on the water because it was kind of diving into a miso soup today. It was murky.
But that's food.
Yeah, that's food. She told me when she arrived on Comac, when I went pick her up with the golf cart, she said, the corals here grow faster. And she was right. But it was amazing because you don't see the end of the nursery. And she was like, what? Another one with 1,000 corals, another one. We need to go big. And so the gardeners, they're going to attach the corals for them to grow. Then they're going to clean the nursery, monitor them. And when the corals are that big, Sylvia outplanted the first one with the Thai team. We are going to outplant. So after a year and a half in the nursery, that's the final step. The ultimate step is to take those beautiful corals, strong and healthy, and outplant them back onto a damaged reef. And that's what brings us hope. Some of them will survive. Some of them will die. But we have a really encouraging survival rate here in Thailand and around the world. The methods are improving. And now with the technology we were able to develop, we can really track everything from A to Z and make decisions based on data. And that's a big plus for the field of coral restoration.
It's a bit like planting young trees.
Yeah.
It takes time.
The only difference with growing tree that we have been planting trees on land since thousands of years. And the field of coral gardening is new. So that's also super exciting. You need to think about the tools, about the process. And then at the end of a good day of coral gardening, they head back here. Maybe they're going to check their land-based nursery, the first one in Thailand, in partnership with the Thai government and Rolex. And then they're going to grab a good beer. And it feels so good to drink your coconut or your beer at the end of the day where you know you did something good.
Huh.
You're the only one on the island.
But you're not just gardening the corals, you're gardening the people. You're actually creating something like an excitement, a purpose.
Yeah.
And it is contagious. It's cool. It's cool to care.
It's cool to care.
Yeah.
Caring is the new people.
You can see the
But right now, you know what they are doing? The gardeners, they were not done for the day. They are doing their little workshop with pottery. So they invite all the kids of the island, the tourists, the locals, and everyone. It's fun. It's fun. They're building their favorite coral that we have in the nursery. They name it. They adopt the corals. I mean, it's about building a lifestyle. Conservation needs to be in culture.
Titouan, how have you managed to sort of make caring cool? Enlist the local population. Like how have you managed to bring community together like this?
I mean, that's so important to make it exciting, right? Except from Sylvia, you look badass and cool, but the field of conservation, the people who could have cared, now they are getting away from ecology and conservation. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, if I do something good for the planet, I will use my cool friends. And that was not normal, you know? So I tried to understand, okay, so those surfers, they're cool, they're good surfers, fishermen, free divers. They like their nature. They're so thankful for the ocean bringing us, the shark we dive with, the wave we surf. And then I start studying what they like. And obviously they like the big brands. And so I start realizing what was the secret recipe of those big brands and how can we rebrand the field of conservation. I think we are all in the biggest time for using marketing and what has been successful in other industry and apply it to saving the planet. You know, saving the planet needs to be fun, exciting, and cool. And so you have more people who want to join. And I think the trend is clearly happening. You know, we were able in the last 5 years to reach out to more than 600 million people on our Instagram and other platforms. And yeah, to read the comments, people, they want to be with Sylvia, they want to be with us, they want to do something good that they don't really know where to start. So now the next phase is to bridge the gap between people and action. And that's what we're going to do in the next couple of years.
If you set an example and you're having fun,
Yeah.
and others want to have fun too.
Yeah, contagious.
So
Got it. Look at the garden we created the other day. We went to Shanta Reef, Alex, dead reef, 99% dead. Like
a graveyard.
the graveyard. During the bleaching of last year, 40 to 60% of the corals here in Thailand, they died. No more corals. And we, in that reef, almost 100% dead. And we found, with our scientists and gardeners, 4 corals left, resilient ones. And Sylvia and I, we were lucky because the team, with those 4 corals left, they were able to propagate them in 400 resilient corals in our nursery. And then we were able to select 5 of those corals, and plant it. And then you can already instantly see the impact. You have, on a dead reef, you have colors. And then you have life coming back. And this is the most sexy thing you can do on the planet.
Breathing for hope.
Yeah.
And then working with Hope Spots. There are 168 places around the world where individuals, communities have nominated places that they think should be designated as Hope Spots. Places where they're willing to invest their time, their energy, to bring back or to safeguard a place that's already in pretty good shape.
Mm.
And our vision is we're among those 168 places, now in 115 countries globally. Where are their coral reefs? Can we find a way to collaborate? Nobody can do everything that it takes to overcome the momentum that we're now experiencing of consuming nature.
That would be insane, the amount of impact if we join forces with Mission Blue and Coral Gardeners. Think about those Hope Spots. You already have the champions. They have corals, we have the recipe.
We've got people who care already.
Yeah, and imagine now they are champion and they have a job to restore the reef, and people around the world, in New York, in France, adopting corals, and that's keep them going every day in the water, carrying and protecting the Hope Spot. That's a really cool, exciting future we want to build now.
Nature is not the problem. Take us out of the system. Nature will recover,
No.
more or less. But the problem is, how do we get people to change? We're the problem, but we're also the solution.
How is Rolex's Perpetual Planet Initiative supporting the work that you guys are doing?
Having the support from Rolex or Mission Blue and Hope Spots makes it possible to go from a start to begin like planting or gardening.
Yeah.
If you get enough momentum, it'll take off and continue to prosper. And we need something to get started.
I agree with Cynthia. I think that was the best thing that happened to us, joining Rolex and the Perpetual Planet Initiative a couple years ago. I consider Rolex as our Northern Star. I love the vision and the values that the Maison has. It's what keeps us on track, and it's also a Rolex family. It's a community of like-minded people that has a taste for hardware, for values of excellence, details, and who are ambitious. I think that Hans Wilsdorf, the founder of Rolex, when he was my age, he was talking about using the world as a living laboratory and trying to watch on the wrist of athletes like you, explorers like Sylvia. And so I think that's what we're trying to do at Coral Gardeners. Every nursery for us is a living laboratory where scientists, gardeners, explorers, they try things, they find solutions, and then they drive action. So now we've been so lucky, and we can't wait to see what we can do in the future.
Sylvia, you just turned 90. You've devoted literally your entire life to the oceans. What do you hope to see for the oceans in the next 90 years?
Being a 21st century human, especially if you're a kid, we are so fortunate to be here knowing what is now known with what could be the last best chance we will ever have to do what it takes to turn from this to this. I see it happening. The Perpetual Planet campaign that Rolex is supporting is one piece of what it takes. Coral gardening, it's another piece. Hope spots around the world, laws, nations coming together to agree that at least 30% of the land and ocean in the next 5 years as a commitment, protection for the high seas. If you focus on the positive things that are happening and get people to join you, that's what I see happening right now, right here. So why give up?
What advice would you guys each give to an individual who's interested in protecting the ocean?
It's free to go explore the ocean, I think people need to get wet and go out there and explore. That's the first thing I will say to someone. And then a healthy coral reef, it's insane. It's like the most beautiful painting. You have little fish in the background. You have a turtle chilling in her reef crack. You have some fish. I don't know which designer they did that fish. And it's like a scenery that it's a fairy tale, And so there is for sure one of the pieces that you can be sensible, that will get you, and then learn more. Ask ChatGPT or YouTube or call Sylvia, send a message to Coral Gardeners, and then find what you like and go out there. Don't be scared. Go to Tahiti, in Florida, in Thailand. Come at Coral Gardeners Thailand. Learn about the land-based nursery. Be with the locals. Learn from them. Share what you like, and just be an adventurer, be an explorer. We don't know what's coming tomorrow. So when we are alive right now, just try things out and find what you love, and then dream big. We are going to scale up like never before in conservation. We'll do it for all the people like Sylvia who were trailblazers, and they gave us the knowledge that my generation we had. Now we have technology, we have tools, we have basically no excuses. We just need the right strategies, and we know what needs to be done. We need the support, and then we'll try to create a huge impact.
When a kid asks me, I'm just one kid, what can I do to make a difference? Or at any age, that question is out there, what can I do? My response is, what have you got? Just do not be afraid to be the first. There's always this resistance. I don't want to be out there doing something nobody else is doing, but why not?
And then you meet good people, honestly. There are good people out there that just want to help young people. So do it when you're young, because that's when people, they want to help you, almost like a big sister or big brother. And just do it. Just go out there and try something.
Titouan, Sylvia, thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat on Planet Visionaries again today. It's a real pleasure to see you guys both again.
Great to see you too. Let's go diving.
Let's go diving, Alex. We wait for you.
Thank you both for joining me today. We will put links to Mission Blue and Coral Gardeners in the show notes. Planet Visionaries is a podcast in partnership with the Rolex Perpetual Planet Initiative and a Sony Music Podcasts production.